Hey, mamas! I'm Evette.
And I'm Cynthia.
And welcome to Momprehension!
The podcast.
Just two moms on a mission to Momprehension.
Just two mama mission, Momprehension! That's what we're gonna... That was our intro.
There you go. And hey, look, we have made it like 30 seconds without being interrupted. So we are on a roll, I can tell.
This is going to be a successful attempt.
This is the take. We have been trying for an hour to record. And every 30 seconds the kids come in. So
what we're going to do is we're going to do a interruption timer, I think, right?
Interruption counter.
Counter? Yeah.
Right? Counter.
Yeah, counter, not timer.
We might think of a cuter name, but for now...
Interruption 1. We'll be here soon.
Just give it time. Give it time.
So welcome to Momprehension. We're so excited. This is episode 1.
Episode 1.
I already had to turn off my dishwasher. We had to kick the kids out.
We did.
Hopefully they stay out there.
Yeah.
And I think just for our first one, we kind of want to just talk about like what it's like to be a mom.
What motherhood means. What motherhood means to us, what we expected motherhood to be like versus what it actually is, just all that stuff. So
just a basic intro to momism.
Real quick, what the goal of this podcast is, we're going to be bringing in experts from just everything that you deal with as a parent or potential parent, or maybe you're considering parenthood. We're going to bring in experts. We've already got breastfeeding experts, someone who's dealt with infertility, adoption.
Yeah, I mean, I know speech pathologists. So there's
everything
a few
we've got lined up. And so the goal of the podcast is we're going to have some fun. We're going to tell stories that we can all relate to, but we're also hoping to have a little bit that we can learn in each episode.
Yeah, and let's be honest. We'll listen to those experts.
We will.
We will listen.
We will be taking lots of notes.
Some notes, but sometimes it doesn't end up 100% with the experts like how we anticipate it, right? I mean, I've spoken to I'm sorry to say, nothing
ends up 100% how we anticipate it.
Right? I feel like, they give us all this advice and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just doesn't work for my son or whatever. So I'm not we're saying, we're going to bring them, but that doesn't mean we know that we're still moms.
You don't have to listen. Okay. Listen, we can bring you the information. If you choose not to listen, that's on you.
We're bringing experts, guys. Experts.
Some might even say that we are experts because, I meant to add it up between the two of us. How many hours of parenting? How many years of parenting? I have an 18-year-old son, so there's 18 right there.
Which, can you see that? Look at her.
I was 12.
Yes. So great.
I just turned 30 yesterday.
So. Oh, right, yeah. Uh-huh. I was 12. She was not 12, FYI. She was not a teen.
A child baby. Okay, so I do obviously look young.
Yeah.
And soon after I had him, I was somewhere and this elderly woman said, "Oh, babies having babies. That is what is wrong with the world."
Oh, wow.
So, because I actually was married, I was an adult.
But you just had that baby face.
I just had that baby face. And for a long time, people thought I was his babysitter or older sister, when in fact I was his mother. But I hate to tell you, that has stopped. No one asked me if at 40, if I am the babysitter of
the little guys,
of the kids. Yeah.
I have to say, when I went to Tennessee, beautiful place, apparently they have to ID everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so they asked me for an ID, and I was like, yeah, you can have it. And she was like, it's the law. We have to ID everyone. I was like, okay, well.
Clearly, you are not underage, but
Yeah.
you could be a cop. So
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're not... Don't flatter yourself, honey.
That's nice. Well.
Anyways, so, being a mom.
Yes, you first. What is it? What did you imagine parenthood to be like versus what it actually is for you?
I imagined it to be less clingy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I love my son. I adore him, and everybody's always like, cherish these years because it's gonna, turn and it's gonna be like, Mom, don't even touch me. Oh God, Mom, why do you have to kiss me? And so like I'm trying to cherish it, but there's some times where I'm like, can you please just get off of me?
Yes.
And at the same time though, I love it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's so hard because it's like, it drives me crazy, but I also love it because it's like, he comes, Mommy, I love you, and like hugs me and like loves to like cuddle with me and hug with me, but it also might be like I'm not a very cuddly person to begin with. So when he wants to cuddle, like I'm like, I love that, but after a while I'm like, okay, cuddle overload, and he is just very like cuddly.
Yeah. And that does depend on the child, because my oldest was not. And still isn't. So I never felt that with him. But then with my second child, very, very clingy.
Yeah.
Talks on the way over here. 45 minutes of everything that popped into his head was said out. There's a piece of glitter on my hand. Why is there glitter? How did they make glitter? Why is it glistening in the sun? Is that the dump? Why is it so tall? Is there trash under all of that? There's no trees over there. Is that the desert? I think that's it. Do scorpions live? Is there a scorpion over there? Mom, do scorpions live in Florida?
Oh my.
45 minutes. Some kids are just like that. So I get that. I get the overstimulation.
And he's an only child too. It's like I feel bad because he doesn't have like, a sibling to play with, which is why we got a dog, even though the dog nips. So hopefully whenever like that's over, he'll have like a little companion.
It's a puppy.
Yeah, because I was like, I need something to be with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it can't always be me because, I'm working from home and, I'm doing this and whatever. So, but how is it for you? Because you're, home all the time. And
well, okay. So I was a single mom for my first child. I was a single mom until he was 10 years old. And that's when I met and started dating my husband. So that was actually very easy. He was like the dream child, I just expected motherhood in general to kind of be like that. And I'm not saying it wasn't easy. I was a single mom, but it was just kind of easy. It just kind of happened. And then when I got married and had these two, I thought it was going to be even easier because I went from having to work to staying home with them. I thought it was going to be vacation. These two are different than the oldest one, and it's a lot of work. It's not a vacation. Right. In fact, it's the opposite. It is never ending. I never get a break. Even in the middle of the night, they go to sleep. But if they wake up in the middle of the night, it's all like I never go to sleep unless they are not home. I never go to sleep and think, okay, I'm done. It's always, I better get some shut-eye now because at 2:00 in the morning, they may come in here.
Oh, gosh.
And be in one of those moods where they're not going back to sleep. They're not great sleep.
Yeah.
So it's work. And it is, you said it earlier, each kid is different because each of my kids is different. They seem very happy. I don't know if you guys can hear them screaming, but
I'm just here. Police car.
So
thanks, Blippi, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, it is different. It's not easy, but it's such a joy. Like you said, it's very much juxtaposed from loving every minute of these kids' sloppy kisses and hugs and won't leave you alone. I mean, that's so amazing. There's no better feeling. And being like, would you please leave me
just alone? Give me a minute to poop, please.
Without a hand coming under the door.
Yes, give me some time.
Begging.
Can I say this all the time because people are like, oh, you should watch this show. You should watch this show. Watch this. And I'm like, you mean the thing that I have to pause every 3 seconds? Because it's always something. Yeah. It's like, Mommy, no, come help me with this. Mommy, I can't find the wheel to this. Mommy, I'm like, can I watch one episode?
Would you do it again? Would you become, if you knew then what you know now? And to me, this is a very different question than, do you regret having kids? Because do you regret means I wish I hadn't. That is different than,
right.
If you knew then what you know now, would you do it again?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's my baby. Like, that's
love of your life.
Forget
nothing.
it.
There's nothing.
Forget it. I mean, if they told me you would have to sacrifice your legs to have this child, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, not a
like,
question.
yeah, let's do it. I would do anything to, like, do it over again. Was it a horrible, like, birth experience? Yeah. Was my son hospitalized 3 times by the age of 1? Yeah. Stressful? Yeah.
Will you ever stop worrying about him? No.
Never ever. Like, my mom said, interruption number 1.
Our very first interruption. Up against the glass.
Yeah.
Nose up.
What's up?
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah. Oh, the wrong Blippi song. How dare they?
In his home.
In his yard. Oh, they're changing the words to poopy police car.
Oh, yes, that is their favorite word. Poopy is a very funny word.
Oh, the best word.
The best word. Everything is. I love you, Lucas. I love you, Poopy, Mommy. They're little comedians, but Poopy is the best.
Ezra's is Patootie.
Patootie? Oh,
yeah, because I'm always like
cute.
I'm always like, I'm gonna get your little Patootie. And so he's like, Mommy, you're a Patootie.
Aww.
And I'm another Patootie.
That's cute. Way cuter than Poopy. Maybe I should try to introduce that one, but I have a feeling it's not going to be quite as comical as Pooping.
Poop is fun.
Daniel's a Poopy baby.
So they've changed the Blippi song to
Poopy car.
Poopy car. Yeah, that's a hit. Blippi. We're calling out to you.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Do you know? We can't share it here because it's not.
Oh,
but you know about Blippi?
I know about Blippi.
It's actually. Never mind. Okay, moving on.
If you don't know about Blippi.
Moving on. My kids are more accurate than they realize. It's all.
That's a very accurate description of Blippi.
Moving on.
We love you, Blippi.
Do you feel like you lost yourself, in all seriousness? Do you ever feel like you lost who you were?
Why do you think we're doing this podcast?
To try to find her?
Bring us back to our own selves. And then on top of, like, Ernie's like, my husband, he's like, oh, so you're doing a podcast? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I've lost myself and I really want to do something about moms, about being a mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Because that's what I am now. That's my, it's like, it's almost like you have no, I hate to say it. I know a lot of people probably do have hobbies and that's wonderful for you. And I'm so happy for you. But my hobbies ended up being just Ezra. And I did lose a lot of, myself. But now, I'm getting back into them.
Yeah.
And I think it was just because he was, the hospitalizations and all that stuff. It was iffy there for a while of like, I need to like be with him all the time.
Yeah, that's so scary.
I mean, motherhood can be scary. Like, what's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you, like, as a mom?
Oh, okay. Knock on wood. So they're all with my oldest son. We haven't made it there with the little ones yet, thankfully.
Thank God.
Two scary moments. So I was at Epcot with Parker, and he was about 9 or 10 because I was with my husband at the time, or my husband was there. And he was playing in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground where everything's like
Extra
the
normal.
grass. Yeah, everything's just ginormous, and that's the playground. You're like a little ant. And I was standing by there's one entrance in and out, and I was standing by it. But at the same time, there was like no place for me to sit or anything because there were so many parents and all the seats were taken and everything. So I was like perched as close as I could be, but not like right in front of the entrance like I would have liked to have been. It starts raining, and they shut the playground down. So all the kids start leaving, and mine never comes out. And within a matter of like 2 minutes, the playground's empty. And Parker never comes out.
Oof.
So in that moment, of course, like I'm thinking he must have slipped by me. Somebody grabbed him, something. And for a good like couple of minutes, I am freaking out, like in tears. I've got a Disney employee. We're about to like sound the alarm. And out he comes from like a little tunnel. He had been hiding. He'd been playing hide and seek with the little kid he met.
Oh no.
And he was like in this tunnel, never realized it rained because he never knew that he ended up coming out because he's like, where is everybody?
Yeah, you never found me.
Did they give up? So that was one scary moment, and that was terrifying, but probably the one that was the worst. He was probably a little younger. He was like 7 or 8. This is during my single motherhood time. I was working this stressful job. I was so tired. So Parker's like 7 or 8. Old enough to take a bath by himself, but not like so old that you would just like walk away for hours and not holler in, hey, you okay?
Yeah.
So this one night, he gets in the bathtub, and I'm on my sofa watching a TV or whatever. It's probably like 7:30. And the door's closed but cracked, but I can see the light through it, and I end up falling asleep on the sofa.
Oh my.
And I wake up like 3 hours later.
No.
And my immediate thought is, my kid's in the bathtub.
Right.
And so I turn around, and the door is still closed and cracked, and the light is still on. And in that half a second, in my mind, he fell asleep, something happened, he's in the tub, I've been asleep for 3 hours. Something really bad has happened. So it took me like all of half a second to get from the sofa to the bathroom. And he had gotten out of the bathtub, wrapped himself up in a towel, and fallen asleep on the bathroom floor.
Oh no.
So he was okay.
Oh gosh.
But in that moment.
Oh yeah.
In that moment, that was so scary. So those are my 2 scariest moments in parenthood thus far. How about you?
Ezra, stop pounding. Daniel.
What? Stop pounding.
Who is that?
Ezra's like, but I'm not. And Daniel hears you telling Ezra to stop pounding. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Okay, 3 scares, and he's not even 4 yet. And they all happened like, by the age of 1. The first one was he had a lip and tongue tie that we had to correct. We get it redone because his reflux is so bad. He ends up aspirating, and this is at 6 weeks. So he was in the hospital for 5 days, and they even were like talking about incubating him intubating. Sorry, incubating. Whoopsies. That's not the right medical term.
They were gonna put him in an
incubator. That's what I want to do.
That.
I want to put him in an incubator so he'll never grow up.
Like a bubble?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, okay. I would love that. We should invent it.
Yeah. For moms who never want to let go.
We don't have any problems at all.
Yeah, no. So anyways, they were intubating. They were going to intubate him, and then the doctor was like, we're going to try one more thing. We're going to try this like diuretic or whatever that like flushes all the fluid out. And then he came back in like, a few hours later. He was like, okay, I think we could be okay with just the step down unit. And I was like, okay. That was really scary. The second time we went for his doctor's appointment at 8 months, they did a check on his hemoglobin, and it was very, very, very low. He calls me like an hour later. you got to go to the hospital. I'm like, what? Like, I mean, my kid, he's fine. He's a great, normal 8-month-old kid, playing, having a good time. He's like, no, you got to go to the hospital. Like, we may need to do, like, a blood transfusion. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, what? And so we get to the hospital, and they do the blood work one more time because the doctor's just like, I just can't fathom how he is not passing out right now. Right. And again, they confirmed that everything was really, really low, like, knocking on death's door kind of thing, without me even knowing, which is what terrifies me now about him, because he could be sick and he wouldn't even bat an eye. And so he got a blood transfusion and an iron transfusion. It was horrible. Like, I mean, I just remember, like, it was like a normal routine checkup.
Yeah.
And then the third time, I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys, but this is what happened. We already knew about the PDA that he had when he was born. It never closed, so we had
that's like an opening in the heart.
Right, it's like a hole, like, in one of the... I don't even know which one it is, but yeah, it's like your oxygenated blood and your non-oxygenated blood kind of mix. And so I was like, okay, we got the surgery done, which, you know, it's terrifying when your kid is going through surgery. You know, you have...
On the heart.
On the heart.
Kind of an important...
With the hammer, but he doesn't need the hammer.
He is banging without the hammer.
Yeah. Unacceptable. You're not playing the game right. How dare you?
And singing about a poopy car?
How dare you?
No.
How dare you? You know, all of those were pretty scary moments. I haven't had many since then, besides, you know...
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
That's enough, though. That's enough. See, those...
For the lifetime, right?
Yeah. Those health issues, when you have to, like, worry that, like, oh, my kid's heart's not working, or he should be passed out, or he just stopped breathing in the middle of its routine. Like, that's... Knock on wood, I haven't had that kind of stuff. Mine's just been like, oh, I let somebody kidnap my kid or something, you know.
But again...
Mine directly reflects on my parents. But it's all... It's so terrifying.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. But again, chop 2 legs off, if you will. I would have him 100%.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing, like... Yeah, there's nothing...
I would never give him up for anything in the world.
So this is something that I've thought a lot about. I was never afraid of dying. Now, again, I was 21. Realistically, I was actually 21 when I had my oldest. So maybe I wasn't afraid of dying because my frontal lobe hadn't fully formed. But I just wasn't. I didn't, like, want to die, but I wasn't, like, afraid of it.
Right.
And then I became a parent, and now the idea of, like, leaving my kids...
Scary, right?
...is terrifying. And it's not that I'm afraid of, like... the actual act itself. It's just, I don't want to leave my kids.
Yeah, and somebody, like, pointed that out to me the other day. They were like, he's, like, way too attached to you. Like, what if something were to happen to you?
Who said this? Who was this?
I can't say on a podcast. Okay,
but, like, is it someone that, like, you actually agree with that?
It's a family member.
Oh, okay.
It was a family members. They like to... They say things, and you know, it's not like I took it to heart, but I was kind of like, you know, it's true that, you know, what if something does happen to me, like
I'm sorry, I got to start weaning you off the hugs just in case.
Just in case I die.
Just in case I kill over tomorrow. We got to start preparing you now.
Get off me. What if I die?
You are too attached. It's almost like, you know, you came forth from my loins or something. You need to take a step back. I'm gonna die one day, you know.
No, I mean,
he's 3.
I know.
I can understand, like, he's like, you know, 40.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I know.
Daniel's hammering without a hammer
at 40. No, I mean, I understood it as, like, you know, he can't even sleep with anybody but me. Like, he can't, like, if he has a boo-boo or an accident or anything, it's me. It's mommy, come wipe my butt. And if dad's there, if dad's there, like, hey, I can wipe your butt. No, I need mommy to wipe my butt.
They switch around like toddler. So he'll probably in the next year or two start becoming about daddy.
Okay, that would be.
They say babies, and they're still, our 2 youngest ones are still, they're 3, so they're still very baby-like. Babies they need their moms.
Right.
But then, like, toddlers and little kids, it's about the dads. Because dads are fun.
Right.
Like, we're going to be the ones being like, you need to
pick up your toys
and do all this. But then dad comes in, and it's like, daddy. Like, fun. So that will change.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like,
what about me? A chopped liver?
Where's my cleany little baby?
Yeah.
Because I will tell you this, that does go, I mean, we love to complain about it, and I feel because I like to have my space too, but I can tell you as the mother of an 18-year-old, they don't clean.
Right.
18-year-old boys not going to come cleaning to mom. I have to, like, fight to be like, will you watch a movie with me? Like,
can I get one hug today? It'll come back, though. I think it'll come back because I was like that too, I feel like, as a teenager. But then now that I'm an adult and, like, I feel like I need my mom.
I do agree. It will come back, like the wanting to be around you. But boys leave their mamas. They find new women.
Yeah. A new lady in their lives. We're donezo.
Thanks for everything. Thanks for raising me.
Speaking of donezo,
we're done.
I think we might cut it at this point, right?
It's cut.
It's cut.
It's done. We're done. Bye.
No.
Thanks, guys.
Let's do a little recap.
Wreak havoc.
They were wreaking havoc today.
That's why we got to shut it down, y'all. It's starting to implode around here. So how many times were we interrupted?
I don't know, 800 million, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Probably like 8.
That's not too bad. Not too, 3 kids, 8 times, 30 minutes.
Not bad.
That's not bad. That's a good day.
Yeah. How many times were you interrupted this week?
Oh.
Next time, we will be hopefully speaking with...
Next time, we're going to have a little more expert.
We're going to, I think, have a lactation specialist.
Who also, is she going to share the other part of her story?
Yeah, I think she will. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. All right.
You can find us on YouTube, our full episodes on YouTube at Momprehension, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And then you can also find us on Instagram at Momprehension the podcast, and TikTok at Momprehension. We'll just be posting some little clips here and there.
Yeah.
And so if you have any stories that you want to tell, we want to know your scariest story.
We do.
As a mom. What was the scariest thing that's happened to you? Or if you have any Blippi stories, because thanks, Blippi.
Thanks, Blippi.
Let us know in the comments. I tried to harmonize. It didn't work out.
2 different keys.
Two different keys. We're singers. That's
how we met, singing together, but
yeah.
Not quite such a fabulous hits as Poopy Car.
Oh, no.
All right, y'all. It's going downhill.
Bye.
In the Poopy Car Files.
Peace out.
Bye.
I love you, Mommy.